welcome to another tutorial. For this tutorial we'll be making a fan autogele that has a side twist. So all I'll be using for this tutorial is my 3 away, that is my 3 pieces of Autogele. So the way I'm going to cut it, I'm going to show you especially how I cut and manage all the Autogele. You need your tape rule, your scissors, your chalk as usual, and let's get started. So first and foremost, I'm going to cut out the base of our Autogele. You can use 20 inches, you can use 25 inches, but the very best length is, let's use 22 inches because we are going to seal the edges. So here I'm measuring the total length of my Autogele, and you can see it's about 66 inches. It's not the normal full length of like 90 inches. So I'm just going to cut out the base of 20 inches into 4 places. Just watch me as I do that carefully, because some clients have they make why some are on low cut, so you need to actually know your client's head circumference before you can make their Autogele for them. For those that carry big head, I think 22 inches is fine. So for this, I'm going to cut the second one, the third one, and the fourth one. I am cutting that into 3 places. I'm into 4 places. I'm cutting that from just one away, that is from the first 1 pieces of the Autogele, like that, and I'm going to set it aside. So this is it. You can see the third one. So instead of you to place your Autogele on each other and cut, I'll just suggest you measure them equally before you start anything. So you just measure them instead of placing first one on each other. Most times they just like maybe one is going to get bigger than the other one. So this is it. I've joined the Autogele. I'm going to fold the edges before I start making my pleats. I'm going to carefully make the edges, hide the rough edge inside. I'm purposely making this tutorial a long one so that you can understand how the Autogele is going to be enough, how I'm going to work on each and every one of it. So let's move to the part where we start our pleating. In fact, the design is so beautiful. So here you're going to pick one end of your Autogele. From the inside is facing outside, while the wrong side is facing inside of your Autogele. So I'm just going to fold in 1 inch of my Autogele like that, or you fold a comfortable inch that you are okay with. Just look at it and say, okay, this size is okay for me. So I'm just going to pin it down just so as to show you what I am going to do for the Autogele. Like that, I'm going to pin it down, pin, 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 pin. So watch. Okay, so let's start pleating our Autogele. Now I'll fold the first one to cover the sewing, because that first one that you sew, you are going to make sure that any Autogele you are pleating, any pleats you are picking, is going to cover the sewing. See, forget about the design of the Autogele, or maybe you want to align colors, except you want them to be like absolutely real big pleats. That's when you are going to be after color, and the way you hold this, the way you pick your pleats will determine how your gele is going to sit. So just carefully pick your pleats, pin them down one after the other, one after the other. You make sure that you pin them down from one point to the other. So just watch what I do here. Yes, so this point, you can see this point, mostly it gets so difficult to sit on the machine edge. So what I do, let me tell you the secret. I just use a needle and thread, after every of the gele, just to tack that place down, because after sealing the edges of the gele, the edge will not enter the machine again, so the machine can only take a soft part. Now for this part, you have to be careful on that part where you are sewing. You either hide it inside or you place it on top, but another place you are going to place on the gele must cover that part where you joined your gele together. So as you can see, I fold it inside. I fold mine inside because I just want to have a neat and beautiful job. I fold it inside, then I pin it down. So basically I'm just going to be pleating all through. Now here is our final outcome of our pleating. So if you want it to be more longer than this, you can just pleat many more, which is, you are not going to use 4 inches, 20 inches. You are going to make it more than 4, at least 5. So this is my velcro. This is my velcro. Some people call it plaster, but this is a velcro. So I'm just going to seal both edges, just so that I do closely, just so that you can have a neat, beautiful finished job without cutting corners, without just give your client a good job and they'll be happy that you did. So I'm going to seal both edges together like this and cover it. Okay, fine, you can use the velcro plain, but I prefer using the ashoke to cover up everything that I'm working with on the ashoke. So here I've attached one part and I'm going to show you how I'm going to attach the other part of the ashoke, of the velcro. So just put it there a comfortable way. Try it on your head or your mannequin to see what you got before you start joining, so that the velcro won't be either short or too big for your client. So I'm just going to sew that part down and show you another segment. Yes, so here is the padding. This wording I'm using here is the very soft wording, the one that feels like very soft, feel like almost like foam. So I'm just trying to trim them out. I took the inches of 39 inches, but I realized it was too much, not like it was excess, but you can either use 30 inches or 36 inches or 33 inches length of your ashoke before you can place your wording inside. Well, so this part, some people say it's tricky. Why? I tried sewing it inside out, but it didn't work out. So that is why I want to use this technique. It's so easy and it's reliable. So I'm going to show you how I did it. So carefully watch that part again. You fold one end inside, the other end inside, then you fold it into two. How simple is that? So simple and easy. To make it more easier, just get someone to hold the other end for you, and while you join it together and you start your twisting. So just make sure that everything that you're doing is well covered up, well in an accurate measurement, and get an helping hand to help you hold it to form your twists, except you want to tie around your leg anyway. So let's continue. I just needed a good job. I want the client to see it and you say, yes, this is what I'm calling Autogele. So I'm going to join them together like this. Get somebody to hold it on the other side for you while you twist, or you can twist and tack at the same time. The idea is just to have free hands with the twist. So I'm just going to show you. You can as well use your wording inside your gele. If you don't get the soft wording, you can use your fiber, yes, or the thick wording to make it more puffy than it's supposed to be, more puffy. So here is it. As I was stacking, I was turning it, and that's as simple as it is. So for the fan, I took out 30 inches. See, 30 inches is okay for the fan. 30 inches is fine. So I took out 30 inches for the fan. I'm going to set it aside. For the hand for tying, I took out 12 inches plus the normal length of the ashoke. I cut that out into 2 places. Then I set that aside. It's in like three forms: the handle, the fan, the base, and the twisted part. Man, it's packed. So this is after doing the measurements for my fan. You seal one edge of your fan. You seal one edge. After sealing the edge, so that you have a neat edge on the other side where you are not exposing. So the where you want to expose, so the part where you are not exposing, it will be part of where you want to add handle to. So you just do that and cut it. So for this part where I'm cutting 18 inches, it is for my pleat. 18 inches for the pleat. Then you carefully make your pleating. If you want your pleating to be in 2, if you want it to be in 3, just give a nice pleat. Okay, so just give a nice pleat, and the fan you want to add to the side of the pleat is also going to give it a very fine and beautiful effect of having fan by the side of your auto, by the side of your pleated autogele. So I'm just going to show you how I'm going to place this by the side of the gele. So you pleat all the way down, secure. You pleat all the way down and secure. Now, if you have excess ashoke, maybe you are using 4 aware, that's when you can join it to make it 2. But where you don't have 4 aware, I think just that 18 inches is okay, since we are trying to manage our 3 aware of ashoke. So here's this. I'm remeasuring everything to be sure of what I cut out. Although I had excess, but it was just a little. It actually could not do anything, but it was just a little. Yes, except I want to use it to play around. So I'm just remeasuring at this point to be sure of what I did, and just so as to show you what I have there. So I sealed the edge of the parts I want them to be inside. Now the first step is you try and get the middle center. Try and locate the middle point where you can place your twists on. So after getting your middle point, you can either tack that place into 2 places. You can come back and do a good job on it, nice tacking, nice placement. So just tack it down once you are okay with where the tacking is. Just make sure that you tack it down like that. So yeah, you can either sew as well. So but that part, you carefully do it so as not to make sure that your thread or needle or anything is coming out so big on your fascinator or your ashoke. Sorry. So here I'm playing it. Yes, I'm placing it on the ashoke like that. So you see, I don't have a small mannequin. I would have used a small mannequin just so as to show you how it's going to be. So kindly bear with me. I'm just using this one to do the tutorial. So you keep on tacking just to secure it. You keep tacking to secure it. But while securing, do not pull too tight. Do not pull too tight, so that when the persons wear it, it won't be like tight and choky on the head. So just make sure that you tack it to give it a good stay, a good seat, a good place to sit on before you start placing your fan into it. So just watch how I tack it and do the other parts. Here is the tacking. So I'm going to add my twist at this point. My pleats, my pleats. So I'm just going to continue the way I did the first one, 4 pleats, and place it by the side. I place it by the side. You can make it 3, but not 2, because the ashoke is about 7 inches long. So I just struggled to make mine into 4. There's an ashoke that are actually like 5 inches, but for this one, it's a good ashoke and it makes like 4 pleats for me. It's made 4 pleats for me. So I'm just going to place it. Honestly, you have to keep trying before you could get it right. So after placing it on it, I'm just going to tack as well. I'm going to tack it as well, just as the way I tacked the twisted parts to it. So I'm going to tack it as well. Carefully you arrange it. If you have a dummy, maybe a small dummy, you can just place the dummy in between your leg for this part to be so understandable to you. Now, as you can see, I'm carefully tacking that split. You tack it gently and do not over drag. Do not over drag your tacking, your pleating, your anything. Do not over drag it. Now, as you are placing your pleats, you have to arrange how you want them to sit on the turban. ah, just tack, 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 tack to get a neat and finished job. Mind you, why I'm coming up of the ashoke is because I know I'm still going to place fan on it. If I'm not placing anything on it, you won't get to the top parts before you start joining it. You're just going to, so in between your pleats, because that top part is going to be covered with a fan. Yes, so the fan that we are going to create is going to be covered with a fan. So kindly check us out on Facebook. We have a Facebook group at Oye's Millinery and our Facebook as Oyedinro Balikis. Now kindly subscribe to our channel, post tutorials that you'd love, and let's help you bring them out. So I'm just showing you this part so that you can see how I do the tacking. I already said it's a long video. I made it so that it's going to be beginner friendly, and one watch will give you a clue of what you want to do. So it's not intentional, actually. I just have the intention to make sure that I teach you real good. So as you can see, the beauty has started coming out, man. The beauty is like coming out. It's popping. So keep arranging your pleats. Once the pleat sits well, every other thing sits well on it too. Just keep arranging the pleats like that. Place it to the back, so that you can see what you have done so far. Place it to the back so that you can see, and know that you'll be adjusting it little by little. Yes, so that you can have some kind of puffy look when you are coming from afar. Yeah, so this is the fan. I'm going to show you how I place the fan. It's so easy. It is so easy and sweet to make. So I sealed one edge of the fan, like I told you earlier. I sealed one edge so to make your work neat, especially that part is not where you can cover with wadding or maybe fabric or anything. So that part is where I kept inside. Kindly watch the way I fold the pleats carefully. Just watch how I folded the pleats carefully, So if you have any questions, just drop your questions in the comment section below. Just drop your questions there for me. So I have to take off the gele so that you can see what I was doing. So now take a look at this part carefully. You can, yes. So zoom it in, check it very well. I think fan is most people have issues with placing fan, so you just carefully follow it like that, and you're going to love it. So you just place the fan like that till you get to the end of the ashoke. You keep pleating it like that till you get to the end of the ashoke. So after doing that, you have to keep checking for the length and everything, if they are the same, if they are equal, like that. So if you are using a sego gele, by now they should be feeling you at that place. So see what I have here. So after doing that, I make sure that I tack those handle to it. But first, I did the tacking. You're going to do some little rough tacking on your gele. I mean, rough tacking does not mean you should just tack anyhow. Pick little places where you can tack, and it won't be visible outside, no matter the matching color of thread that you use. So it won't be visible outside. So you just pick it randomly like that. So I fixed one hand. My fan is gang, it is fanning, and I'll show you how I fixed the other hand. There are different methods to fix handle of gele, but I think this method is best. At least it doesn't come out all of a suddenly, and most ones I've seen, they just tie and give it to the client, but I make them like so. I'm just going to show you how you are going to tack it. See the way I'm doing it though. Just watch the way I'm doing the tacking. So you know what, I want to see your project. Give it a try and you will love it. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel, follow us for more video tutorials. So after this, I'm going to show you the final outcome of what it looks like. Make sure you do well to tell your client to always make sure that they adjust their headwears before going out, and they shouldn't keep it carelessly, because some people do anyway. So I'm just going to tack it. You get a piece of cloth, like maybe a cotton cloth, just in case it gets so strong that you can't push it inside the ashoke again. So this is it. Ta-na-na! So thank you for watching. I appreciate you all. Click on the bell button and drop your feedback in the comment section. Thank you. Bye.